Yeah, hi everyone. Welcome to cybersecurity classes. This is the day one. Today we are going to discuss about the what is the basics of computer. What are the parts that we connect for a normal computer? Yeah, what is a computer? You can have your own answers. Uh, you can pause this video and give an answer. As of now, I'll continue the session. Uh, List of main parts of a computer. General computer has a lot of parts that we are used to connect for that. Few of them are CPU. CPU is nothing but central processing unit. It is all the motherboards and every components that are assembled in a CPU. In CPU there will be a motherboard will be there. You can see the motherboard. It may be a 32-bit motherboard, or it may be a 64-bit motherboard. Depends upon the cost and the price, it may vary. And let's discuss about the RAM. What is RAM is nothing but random access memory. It is also called as a short-term memory. For example, if you are working with the multiple tasks at a time for a duration of time, for switching one task to another task, there should be some memory. It will be recorded. If for example, if there is no good memory, for example, we don't have a 8 GB of memory, we are using only 2 GB or 3 GB of memory. Then if you are trying to switch one task to another task, it may load from the initial. It will start from the start. It is going to restart the application. To avoid it, there should be a memory for the system. It can store the exact task. While shifting the task also, you can get the exact processing will be happen. In olden days there will be a RAM. Depends upon the time evaluation. It there is you can see the timeline here itself. Single dynamic RAM, it was invented in 1996, and latest we are using DDR5. uh, you can also call it as a SD-RAM. Specifications of DDR1, DDR2, DDR3, DDR4 and DDR5. DDR1 comes with the 200 to 400 megahertz. This is a frequency, and that's uh, frequency signals used to commit. And what is it's a voltage with the 2.5 voltage. And coming to DDR1, here is the DDR1. There are some slots will be there. These are the pins, we can also call it as. There are 184. Coming to DDR2 RAM, it is a DDR2 RAM. It contains 240 pins, and DDR3 it contains 240 pins, same DDR as 2. And coming to DDR4, it has 288 pins. You can have a question like how we can identify it is a RAM is a DDR1 or DDR2 or DDR3. Here I just made a question how to identify it. DDR1 and DDR2 are in round shape edge. Here you can see that there is a edge with the round shape. By using the round edge, you can tell as it is a DDR1 or 2. Here you can see that it is in square. DDR3 and DDR4 are in square shape. It is this DDR3 and DDR4 are in square shape. And how to identify it is a DDR1 or DDR2? You can see the middle notch. Depends upon the middle notch, you can identify that it is a DDR1 or DDR2. In the label also we can see that it is a DDR1 or DDR2. Next, coming to the latency. What is the latency? Latency is nothing but the delay time. If you give any task to the computer, how many seconds delay it, how many nanoseconds it takes to give the response for you. If you have a RAM with 8 GB of memory and with 6 latency, how to calculate it? There is a formula, that is 6 latency. You can in the label also you can find that 8 GB RAM with 6 latency. 6 into 2000 divided by 1600 equals to 7.5 nanoseconds. If there is a latency with the 10 or 12 latency, what we have to do, 12 into 2000 by 1600, the output you can get in 7.5 nanoseconds. In less than 0 seconds, you are less than 1 second, you are getting output, right? uh, if there is a 2 nanoseconds will be there, for example, one is we are getting 7.5 nanoseconds, and another RAM you are getting 15 nanoseconds, which is the very quick response we can get the result. The answer is the 7.5, because it is very from 0 to 7.5 is very faster compared to 15 nanoseconds or 20 nanoseconds. Yeah, less number you get more speed. Yeah, if there is a very less number, here 7.5 nanoseconds is very less. If you can get the 4 nanoseconds, it is a very high speed that you get the result. Coming to another thing is, there will be where we can insert these RAMs in a bus, right? These are the bus that we are going to insert the RAMs here itself. This is a RAM. It can be a single channel, dual channel, or quad channel. For example, if you given a single RAM slot inserted here itself in this bus, now if you assign any task, it will directly come to the 64-bit and it will give the output for you. If there is a dual channel, you have two RAMs of 8 GB with 6 latency. You have DDR4 two RAMs there are, so you can directly place here itself one RAM and two RAM here itself. And if you give any task, it will share the task. For example, if you are giving one task, the task can be shared into two RAMs, right? 64-bit 64-bit, right? Directly it will give you very quick response. And coming to quad channel, if you give single task, it can be directly divided into 4 RAMs here itself, and you can get the better result very fast and quicker. And what is the difference between DIMM and SODIMM? DIMM is nothing but dual inline memory module. It can be used in CPUs, computers, such kind of if there is a big size of CPU, you can directly find DIMM. In case of laptops, it will be very compatible and everything is in compressed, right? So in the laptops that we used SODIM. SODIM is nothing but a small output dual in line memory. And coming to hardware, everything we used to store in hardware. RAM is a short-term memory. If you want to store permanently after the shutdown of the laptop or desktop, it should be stored in hard disk. Hard disk, it can be a HDD or SDD. You can see here itself the example. Hard disk will be in big in size, and SSD, it will be in very small in size. Hard disk is the old models we used to store the data in HDD. It takes more power consumptions, and there will be a coil, magnet coil. It used to rotate. It takes a lot of time, and heating issues will be there. Why we went for SSD? Because of there is no such type of magnet. It can directly store it. Accuracy time, you can see here itself, 0.5 microseconds you are getting, and you can see 5.5. It can give the very quick response performance 6000. Coming to here, it's a very less 400. And energy saving also, you can see here itself, 2 to 5 watts that energy it consumes SSD. Coming to hard disk, it consumes 6 to 15 watts. It's taking more power consumption. And the burden in CPU processor, to process the memory, to copy it or anything, the every task, it keeps some pressure on processor. Coming to SSD, it may takes 1% consumption of CPU power, and coming to HDD, it takes 7%. Huge difference you can see here itself. Yeah, to copy anything or any to boot the system, if your laptop has a SSD 256 GB memory, if you turn it on, within 0 to 30 seconds the laptop will be turned on. Coming to, if your laptop has with the HDD hard disk, it takes more than 30 seconds to boot and to open your laptop. This is the difference between SSD and HDD. And CPU, coming to CPU, you can also choose the CPU processor. In coming to laptops, there will be Intel cores will be there, i5, i7, and It depends upon the cost variant. Keep moving. Yeah, you can also come in virtualization. There will be a concepts where you can choose a CPU or RAMs. You can CPU processor you can directly select here itself, 8 or 12 or 4 you can choose here itself. Memory is nothing but RAM. Here I choose here as a 500 GB of memory, and hard disk as a 100 GB of memory, and USB it is a version with the 2.0 latest. You can also know that there are different types of versions in USB 3.0 and above. Coming to clock speed, why clock speed is very important? Because of depends upon the clock speed per second how many tasks that a system can perform. One heads is nothing but one instruction or one task. One heads is nothing but one task. 1 gigahertz is called 1 billion heads, or you can also call it as a 1 heads is equal to 1 billion task per second. You can perform this many tasks. It can be a display, monitor, lot of instructions and signals are performing in motherboard. That all comes in a few instructions. There are time zones are there, clock and time, date and Wi-Fi signals. This all are comes under a task, right? Okay, next comes under power supply unit. Power supply unit is nothing but the input power that we are getting, 240 ampere volts and some amperes that we are getting high amount of. If you can directly connect the your desktop to the power switch, it can be a short circuit or anything will be happen, and there should be a decrease of power should be there. That's why we used to get the power supply from here itself to avoid the short circuit, and it may decrease the power consumptions and heating issues. It can be decreased by using the power supply unit. Here we can directly get the power calculation happens all in the power supply unit. And coming to graphics card, what is the use of graphics processing unit? Because if you are rendering anything, for example, if you are working with the video editing or animations or high quality video editings are performed in your laptop, then all the image should be rendered. For that, for basic normal, if you purchase the basic normal laptop, it takes more time to render for that, and there will be a drop of frames will be there. That's why we can add for externally, we can add the graphics card or GPU. What is the difference between graphics card and GPU? Graphics card is nothing but it will be used in the computers, desktop versions. We used to, if you are attaching any additional graphics, that is called graphics card. Coming to the laptops, that you can call it internally inbuilt, there will be a GPU. It will be it depends upon the cost variant on your laptop. It can be 1 GB 2 GB. Internally they will give it. For Dell they used to give the Iris, it will be a graphics card. And you can also add the such type of graphics card to your laptop by using the cables. And another GPU is nothing but eGPU is nothing but extended GPU. Here you can see it, it will be a one box that you can directly plug in, and another end you can directly connect to your laptop. Directly you can access the all the renderings happens from the external graphics, right? There are also a few more components in CPU or in laptop, that is cooling system. The fans will be there to avoid the heating issues. And optical drivers are nothing but the CDs and DVDs. It will be in olden days that we used to store the data in CD and DVD. And next, coming to network interface, right now your laptop has a Ethernet cable, RJ45, where you can directly get the internet from there, and you are going to connect the Wi-Fi through the NIC cards. NIC cards is nothing but it take to get the internet access, you need the NIC cards. NIC cards is used for internet access. It can be Ethernet, through the Ethernet cable or through the Wi-Fi. Coming to sound system, you can have the output audio, headphone jack and everything, and keyboard and mouse that you are very familiar with that. Output devices are monitor, printer, speakers that used to connect for that. Yeah. Webcam is nothing but that used to be in the top notch to live video sessions are recorded on, and to attend the calls and everything. Microphones are nothing but directly you can have a audio input from there, input and output audio. It used to record the your voice from the microphones. External monitor, okay, these are the very basic things. Coming to operating system, what is the operating system? This all runs in one operating system. Hardware should have one operating system. Is nothing but one program should be inserted in the motherboard. That the software is nothing but a operating system. It can be a Windows. You can see here itself. It is runs in the Windows. There are a few more operating systems are there. Windows, Mac, and Linux. These are the operating systems that we are going to discuss in further classes. And drivers, you can any application that you can check in your system, you can directly type as a drivers manager. You can go here itself. All the drivers are displayed here itself. If there is a issue with the Bluetooth, directly go here, click on right click, update the driver or disable the driver or uninstall it. If you uninstall it, I am unable to access the Bluetooth system. If any driver is there is a issue with the drivers, so what we have to do, I am running currently with the Dell laptop, so I have to go with the Dell support, Dell driver download. It will be displayed the Dell driver. To go to the support, after giving the your driver info, here we have to give our service tag. Where we can find the service tag? You can find it in your system information. You can directly find system info. It will display all the information. Right now I am using the Inspirier 3501. Just copy the number 3501, right? 3501. There should be a service tag will be there. Detect your PC. It will detect it. We can also go with the service tag, but I have to give the full name. But we can also go with this. It can detect and it will display the what are the drivers should be updated in my laptop. Meanwhile, we can go through the document. Yeah, what are the buses? Buses are nothing but the RAM slots are inserted in buses. It will be a transmission of data. Input and output will be happen. You can search in online bus in computer. Here you can see it. It will here we used to insert the RAM slots. These are the buses. How we are going to connect the HDD or SDD? Here you can see that there are HDD and SSD that I shown here. There are ports. You can see there is one port, right? We used to connect the hard disk to motherboard through the SATA cable. Yeah, here you can see it, SATA cable. It is directly connected to motherboard. The slots, NIC cards and everything, just now we discussed about it, RAM and power consumptions. Yeah, this is the overview of it. Let me check that it is right now there are few things that my systems should be updated. If I click on download, all the drivers of my laptops are going to update it, but I don't want to update right now. Now it takes more time for that. Yeah, in this way you can directly update your drivers, and you can also check in the driver manager, all the things will be displayed there itself. Yeah, these are the updates of the today's day 1 class. Meet you in the second class. Have a nice day. Thank you.